Hey you everyone, this is Prakash and today I'm going to talk about how the how the storytelling really helps how storytelling helps the speaker to become powerful. Just imagine how people are attentive when you tell your story. How people the child become attentive when you tell the stories. Even though that was even though that was not a realistic sci-fi. The people love stories. People get more engaged when you tell the story. People because people emotionally love listening stories because that's how they're gonna connect with your words. Your emotion get they they can recognize, they can understand your message through the your storytelling more than the what is said fact, what is said directly. Because when you tell the stories, and somehow indirectly, it gonna support your message, and and it gives sign, it gives a kind of uh, sign, a kind of insight that they understand the message that what you want to deliver. For example, when I say I want to buy the car that Rolls Royce. I really love that Rolls Royce. I can say that I want to buy this in the future. I can say that directly. But when I tell the same story, same word in a different way, like adding stories, that it sounds very interesting. Like, let me give you an example. When I was in the teenager years, I always thinking of, I always thought about how does the success look like. At the time, at the film, at the smallest screen, I see the people that is coming from the Rolls Royce, who has the alongside with the jet plane. That looks like very high class. That makes attractive, even though me, not only to the girls, to me, to anyone who looks there. And I was so attracted, I was so influenced with that image. Like to become that person who has that capacity to buy the Rolls Royce. From that moment, to feel myself as successful, to feel that I have did something in my life, I must become to the person that has that capacity to to buy the Rolls Royce. So I want to buy the Rolls Royce by the 10 years. When you say something like this, your story becomes so strong that your message is gonna be very impactful on you. The question may arise: who gonna listen this too long stories? It is not about the story you tell. It is about how you tell. Since I'm learning the storytelling, my story can be a very short and sweet and authentic. It's all depend upon how we speak, how we deliver our message, how we deliver our storytelling. Because storytelling is also a kind of skill that we must develop as a life skill because it helps to uh, really connect with people. It helps to deliver our message very quickly. It helps to establish a connection between the you and me and you, all of you. because storytelling really builds the trust within yourself. For example, you go to the business, you go to the business mentor, and business mentor asks you, what is your goal? And you might say that I wanted to be a millionaire within the 2030. That means within 4 years that you wanted to become millionaire. But they're gonna ask you, why do you want to become a millionaire within 4 years? Because so it's tough to become millionaire. It is possible, but your why must become very powerful. That so you will persist that goal. So when you tell your message, do not say that your fact. I want to become million because I want to buy that. I want to do that because I want to do business, and then after the name, fame, money, all these things are outer things, and these are not that powerful, strong enough to keep your goal in a path consistently. But your mind needs something emotional connections, and that emotional connection, emotional strength that is deep into your heart. What you tell through the story, that really you need, that you want to become, that your why power story is must be so strong. So when you speak, your mentor gonna agree with your voices. That's how they're gonna believe it in within you. That's how you believe on yourself. Let me give you the real reason why the storytelling really helps the speaker to become the millionaire. No, sorry, to become powerful. How the storytelling is helps to helps the speaker to become more powerful. You and your circle, you and your friends, when you speak, you speak it like just like in a conversation style. You might see the most of your friends who are very good at conversations, who are good at grabbing the attention of people, are good at telling these stories. Not by sending the masses, not sending the informations, not sending the fact and figure, but the way they say the messages, the way say the events that happen in their daily lives, that happen in all those lives. That's really make their conversation so powerful, so authentic. So people are gonna listen to them. Why? Because there's a hidden thing that they are using. They are using the power of storytelling. So, in a nutshell, what what I want to say is that in the context of the communication skills, in communications, storytelling is just like a uh, shaping mechanism of effective communications, like supporting material to become the attentive communications, like storytelling what really brings lives in your masses. Storytelling is somewhat that brings freshness in your in your conversation, in your speaking, That's why storytelling is so powerful. And you, me, and all of you need this skill of storytelling. So thank you guys. This this is time, and I'm also making this story. So my story gonna be a very powerful in a later days, because the way the day the day the day one where I speak in a different way, but now I speak with the in a different way, because the perspective, the day the day that day one is different than the right now I am, because now I can speak with the proper deliberate speaking. I don't speak without thinking, but I speak with thinking, processing the informations, and conveying my words in a proper manner. And storytelling is really helpful in your communication, effective communication. So I suggest you, all of you, to master the art of storytelling. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.